We only have 2 weeks of football left, so let's get into it and see what we can do with the championship round of the 2021 NFL playoffs. What's up, guys? I'm Tyler Coker, and I'm your host for today's episode of Today with Tyler. I hope you enjoy. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. These picks are more what I hope will happen than what I think will happen, because I really do not want to see another Chiefs Super Bowl. It seems to happen every year, and it gets boring after a while, not only because who wants to see the same team win the Super Bowl every year, but also because the Bengals are a very fun team, which I think the NFL would benefit from having in the Super Bowl. Very young, very exciting, with a lot of future ahead of them versus teams that have been there before, and it's just not quite the same. I'm taking the Bengals against the Chiefs, mostly because I want to see the Bengals make the Super Bowl. I think they have a good chance at winning as well. Whoever wins the AFC is going to be a very explosive team. It's going to be whoever could win, kind of a shootout, essentially. And really, it's been that case since the Bengals won against the Titans early in the divisional round. So I'm excited to see how these two teams game plan for each other, because in case you aren't aware, Week 18 was another Chiefs-Bengals game, and Jamar Chase put up more yards receiving than Patrick Mahomes was even able to put up passing. So the defense for the Kansas City Chiefs really struggles against the wide receiving depth that the Bengals are able to boast, because they have three really good receivers. And it's not very often that you find three good receivers on one team with a quarterback who also knows how to utilize those three receivers. So it's going to come down to, can the offensive line for the Bengals hold long enough, and can the defense for the Bengals hold long enough? I have total faith that the Bengals' offensive skill players will be able to put up a fight and do what they need to do, but it's about that supporting cast to make sure the job's done. Moving on to the NFC, we have 49ers and Rams. The Rams statistically are probably the favorite, not only because they are a pretty good team, but because they have an insane loss skid against the 49ers, so odds are eventually they'll have to snap it. I still have 49ers here because they are very hot, they're very confident in themselves, and they played, I think, on Week 18 as well, and they won too. So it's just a Week 18 rematch for this championship weekend, and the 49ers have a lot of fight. Their defense steps up when the moment's right, and their offense is very, very powerful. So as long as he doesn't get outcoached, Kyle Shanahan can't get outcoached by Sean McVay, the 49ers have this win kind of given to him. But in case Sean McVay does his Sean McVay thing and kind of outcoaches everyone he plays against, we'll see the Rams in the Super Bowl, which isn't terrible because it's not bad to see Matthew Stafford finally get to a Super Bowl. It's hard cheering against Matthew Stafford, but I really don't think the Rams have what it takes this year. And I really want to see the 49ers, because the 49ers and Bengals are two teams that worked extremely hard to get to the Super Bowl. If we're being honest, it's probably going to be Rams Chiefs, mostly because that's what the NFL wants to see. It's what they want to market the most. But if we're being football fans, we don't want the Chiefs to win, and most of us don't want the Rams to win. We want to see new teams that have earned their spot in the playoffs win. And so this weekend will be very interesting to see who can win in these first two games and who's going to move on to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. Thank you for listening.